What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, creating a sketch illustration of Ghostface from Scream 6. Let's begin today's lesson by adding some guidelines to help with the symmetry of our drawing. We're going to start at the very top right in the center. We're going to sketch a line coming down the middle. Come all the way down towards the bottom of our page. I'm just using these short lines to create this line. Now along the top, we're going to draw another guideline going across from left to right. So we'll start with the left side. Just trying to keep this straight. Now we're going to extend this all the way across towards the right. Now you want to use these guidelines to help us create a circle. So from the center, let's go all the way up towards the top. I'm just going to mark off the top of the circle with a short line. Now you want to take that same distance down towards the bottom and just mark off the bottom of our circle. Now I'm going to take these two marks and just rotate it out towards this horizontal line. So taking this distance over towards the left, just marking that off. And then again, doing that on the right. Now all we need to do is connect each of these points with a curve. So we'll start with the top left. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get the right size and location on our page. And we can always go back and just readjust and smooth out the circle. Let's add another guideline coming down the side of our circle. So we'll start on the left, move this all the way down towards the bottom. Do the same thing on the right. Now that we have our circle and guidelines, it's time to start adding in the basic facial features. Let's start by adding a gap in between the eyes. From the center line, let's move over towards the left. Draw another straight line coming down. Now we're going to take that same distance over towards the right and do the same thing. Now from this center line along the side, we'll draw two small circles for the eyes. So we'll start with the left side. Now this is just for the top edge of the eye. Let's move over towards the right and draw that same size circle. From the inside of the circles, we're going to curve this down and then bend that out towards the outside of our main circle. And we'll do the same thing on the right. Now the eyes are going to get slightly wider as you come out towards the bottom. So on the left side of that circle, it's going to come down and then just bend that out. So it gets a little bit wider along the bottom. Let's round out the bottom of the eye. Starting from the top, so curve this around and then bend that back in, almost like drawing a half circle. Let's move to the center along the bottom and add a curve, going up and then down with a small half circle for the nose. Let's round out the bottom of the nose and just pull that up towards the center. Now I want to trace each of the eyes along the outside. We're going to start right in the middle and go up around the left eye, come down the side and then out, and we'll repeat that over on the right. Now we're going to go back and forth from left to right just to help balance out our drawing. Let's round out the bottom. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit lower on the bottom and just bend that back up towards the center. Now I push the area around the nose forward, so in between the eyes, add a curve, going up and then back down. Let's continue that curve going around the nose, come down and then in on both sides. I'm going to stretch this down towards the bottom of the mouth, just bending that down to right about there, and then we'll close off the bottom with a curve. Now just underneath the nose, we're going to draw a circle going all the way around. And I want to leave a gap along the outside of that fold. And then from the side of the circle, we're going to follow these curves coming down towards the bottom of the mouth. And we'll close off the bottom with another curve. Now I'm going to fold the cheeks in underneath the eye and the side of the mouth. Let's start on the left side, curve this down, and then bend that in. Let's go over towards the right. Now I'm just going to pull that in towards the same height that we have on the left. Now that we have the basic shape of the face, let's draw the inside edge of the hood. We're going to start on the left side of the head. Just going to bend this down and then out towards the bottom. Now this is going to be a fold for the inside of the hood. I'm going to step up, curve this down, and then in just underneath the mouth. Now over on the right side, I'm going to come down, bend that down towards the bottom, bend that back out towards the side. Just going to add a fold, coming around, and then bending that back in towards the center. Now I'm going to go back up to the top and draw the outside of the hood. From the top of the head, we'll step up, just bend this out, and then come down towards that center line, and go out and down on the right. You can see that I have a little bit of point in the center of the head. Let's go back to the left side, bend this down, go out. I'm going to curve this around this point, coming around. Now let's bend that up towards the center. Let's go to the right side. Bend this out, come down the side. I'm just going to pull this back up and in towards the middle. Now that we have a rough sketch in place, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we have our clean rough sketch, let's go in with a tip or pencil and start adding some details. Now I'm going to start with the inside edge of the eyes. I'm going to start from the top left. Just going to darken this up. Now I don't want to go too dark because we want to give some room to eventually make some adjustments if needed. Just going to darken up that trim around the eyes. Now once I'm happy with the symmetry and the placement, I'm going to go back and darken up those lines. Let's use a side edge or pencil to shade in the inside. And we're just going to gradually darken in the eyes. Now I'm just going to cast a darker shadow along the top edge. Just pulling that down, just fading that out. And now I move down and start adding some detail and shape to the nose. And darken up the inside. And just like we did with the eyes, just going to darken up the top just to cast a bit of a shadow. And just blend that down. Now we're just going to repeat that same process across the mouth. Just refine the shape. Just bring that down towards the bottom. And we'll use a side edge or pencil to fill that in. and then just gradually adding some darkness along the inside. And we're going to add some highlights along the inside of the mouth. So we're going to darken up the top to cast a shadow, and then just blend that down. Now we're going to start to go a little bit darker again. Just come down about halfway, and then blend that out. I'm just going to carry this over towards the outside of the mouth. You can see that we have a little bit of a highlight along the top edge. And from here, it's going to blend that down. Again, casting another highlight. Now let's go to the bottom. Just going to darken this up and then fade that out. I'm just going to darken out that trim around the bottom half of the mouth. And then just blend that up. Let's go ahead and darken out that trim around the bottom of the eye. And just fade that in. We're just going to work our way up towards the top of the hood on the inside. And now we're going to go back and add a light shade to the entire head area. Just going around the hood. And this will also help reduce some of those guidelines that we have underneath. Now I'm going to go in and start adding some cracks around the top area of the head. So starting above the left eye, just going to use these random shapes going around. I just want to get the shape, and then we'll go back and just darken up the inside. Just add a few random cracks along the side, coming down. And just working our way over towards the right. I'm just going to add some bigger fissures going across the top of the forehead, coming down towards the brow. Just also branching these out, creating smaller cracks. And we're just adding these smaller cracks in between, just coming out from those main shapes. I'm going out underneath the eyes. Now that we have those cracks in place, we're going to start adding some shadows. Just starting above the left eye, just fading these out towards the side. And these shadows will help give some depth and shape to the head. And we're also going to round out that trim around the eyes. So just darkening out the sides and the bottom. Now we're just going to continue to add some more cracks as we go. Now we're going to add a dark shade to the entire hood area, starting along the top. I'm just trying to blend this out. Just trying to get an even shade. We're also going to cover the inside of the hood, going around the face. Let's go back and just darken up that area around the head along the top, and then just blend that out. Now right here we're just going to blend that down, just fading that out. And it will darken up the entire inside area of the hood, going around the head. I'm just going to go back and just darken up that edge. enhancing that fold with a shadow, and then just blending that in. Now there's a trim that goes around the inside edge of the hood. So I'll start on the left side, just tracing out that curve. Just working our way around the perimeter of the head. Now I'm just going to go in between the fold. And then on the right side, we're just going to pull this in towards the shadow and just work our way along the inside edge of the hood. Now as we get near the end, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Ghostface from Scream 6. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. And if you want to keep drawing with me, then you might want to check out this video over here. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.